A ban on high school students wearing American flag T-shirts to school was argued before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals Thursday. The students say it's free speech, the school arguing that even freedoms have limits. The controversy started in 2010 when 3 students wearing flag T-shirts on Cinco de Mayo were told to turn them inside out or go home. The school was trying to avoid clashes between students on the day celebrating Mexican heritage. After arguments today, an attorney for the students told Arise News that the U.S. flag should never be banned on any school campus. Also Thursday, New York State's highest court agreed to hear Mayor Michael Bloomberg's appeal of a decision striking down a ban on large sugary drinks in New York City, setting up the final showdown over one of the outgoing mayor's most controversial policies. The Court of Appeals did not say why it had agreed to hear the appeal. And as a debate swirls over online threats to children from bullies and sexual predators, Facebook has loosened its privacy rules for teenagers. The move now allows teenagers ages 13 to 17 to post status updates, videos, and images that can be seen by anyone, not just their friends or people who know their friends. Facebook says the change gives teenagers more of a voice. Critics say it's about making big money at the cost of safety. Donna Rice Hughes is president of Enough is Enough, whose program Internet Safety 101 was turned into an Emmy Award-winning TV series, and she joins us on the phone from Virginia. Donna, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Debbie, for having me.
Yeah, but there are some that say that this change in Facebook's policy is good. Some say that it's bad. So let's start with the good. What is good about this, if you think there's anything good about it?
You know, I really don't think that there's anything good about it. Facebook had moved they're really moving in the wrong direction. The issue that we have with teens and even the under 13-year-olds who are using Facebook, according to Facebook, is to get them to keep their privacy settings turned on, which is why the social media companies like Facebook had those defaults set to where they have to be in those private areas. Now, with this new move, which I believe, and I think many others agree, that it's really all about the money and monetizing, and having their ads be able to reach these young consumers. But here's the issue: once a young person then turns the default off, so that any of these posts can be then made public, and any of their personal information along with that. If they then subsequently want to post something privately, they have got to go back in and turn the default to where all of their posts and videos and personal information is again private. Well, as a parent, we know how difficult it is to get teens to follow any kind of safety measures. So now there's another burden, and it's very confusing. It's been very confusing at Facebook all along.
Yeah, the chances of them actually going back and turning that back on are pretty slim to none for those who are parents or teenagers. So as you were saying, this really is about the money. We have an old friend here at Arise News that says when it's not about the money, it's about the money, because not only do all the users of Facebook have access to this information, but so do advertisers and marketers. Right. But let's talk about this age group in particular. You know, this is a group that is particularly vulnerable, and particularly, I think I can say this from a scientific standpoint, does not have the capability to make wise decisions all by themselves at this age, from 13 to 17.
That's correct. And we know from brain science now that the prefrontal cortex is not developed fully until a young person is in their mid-20s. And this is the part of the brain that has to do with judgment and moral responsibility and everything else. I mean, there's a reason we have the adult age at this point, 17 or 18 years old, and according to this new science, maybe we should move it up. But that said, it is an issue. And it's also an issue from having been in this internet safety education effort for 20 years now, to get parents to really stay on top of what their kids are doing online. And there's another issue here, and I haven't seen anybody bring this up yet. Facebook, like I said earlier, has admitted to having millions of users under the age of 13. Mm-hmm. In fact, they wanted to lower their age limit. Now, keep in mind, they do have a 13-year age requirement, but it is not enforced. So an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old can set up a Facebook profile. So keep in mind, this is not going to just expose the 13 to 17-year-olds. It's going to expose those millions under 13.
Absolutely. And also,
Same issue.
we have to acknowledge the fact that Facebook is probably doing this to remain competitive. The truth is, Facebook is for us old folk. I'm not calling you old. A lot of teens use other social media, which do. If they can do it on these other social medias that already exist, then what's the difference?
Well, look, first of all, Facebook is widely used by kids. The other thing is kids use this social media, Facebook in particular, to post very personal and often inappropriate information about themselves. Some of the other venues that they have to be able to speak publicly and that kind of thing, which is like the big pro-Facebook mantra with this decision, they've already got those in other venues that don't put them at risk because they're different types of platforms than Facebook.
Enough pressure from parents, from parenting organizations might get Facebook to reverse this decision.
Well, I think so, and I appreciate you having me on. And as you mentioned in the beginning, we created the Internet Safety 101 program for parents because parents, by and large, still tend to think that their kids are immune. They're overwhelmed by all this technology and the dangers that are out there. And so there is a measure of corporate responsibility. And I think, Facebook has moved in the wrong direction. They continue to try to move in the wrong direction. And we need to say, shame on you. No, this isn't okay.
All right, you have said it. Donna Rice Hughes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie.
And this is Arise America.